Hey everyone, it's Chef Gina here. So today I'm going to show you how to make an ice carving. This is going to be a cheaper end ice carving that you can actually find supplies on Amazon. And if you go through the blog, it'll show you all the links so you don't have to search for anything. So today we're going to need a little dish. This is a soap dish. I opted for a glass one so it can be a little bit nicer. Then you're going to need a wine bottle stopper to say that this is your ice carving. And we're going to leave it. There's different options. You can pry these out if you like and put a label on them. And this is super cute. Next, you're going to need are some fairy lights. The fairy lights I have today are a little bit lower in light. I wanted that dim light that you can see. You're going to need a fake ice. And then a hot glue gun with hot glue. So you're first going to go ahead and take this, make sure it's clean, there's nothing in it. And we're going to glue the base to the bottom with the hot glue. Figure out what side that you want the front, what you want to use as the back, and then adjust your little ice carving. So I'm going to use this side as my front, and then I like the way how these are set up where there's this option that I can look through, and we're going to place it just like this. I'm going to put it right in the middle. So I'm going to go ahead and take my hot glue, which I'm using the Gorilla Glue at a low heat. It doesn't really matter how much hot glue, you're going to still add ice to the bottom, so it doesn't have to look all pretty. So we're going to hold that just in place here so that way it doesn't fall. And let that set here. So that's going to be your centerpiece. So looking good already. Super excited. Then we are going to unravel while that's drying. Unravel the lights. Now, if you want to use two lights for a darker, there's different options on Amazon. They have the soft white light. There is the blue light. There's different color lights that they have. So I'm just going to kind of wrap this around a little bit. And we're going to place this at the bottom. So now that we can see this is pretty much dried, I'm going to add a small layer of our fake ice to it. Now, this is the good ice. This doesn't have any holes. These are not beads. This is actually the stuffing filler that you can buy in a bag, a craft bag, which this is an old one that I had. But there is a link on my blog to where to get it from. So I'm going to take a little bit of the glue, just put it all over. It doesn't have to be perfect. I know we just want to coat the bottom part. It doesn't have to be like fully coated or anything. And we're just doing this so that way when we put the lights in, it's going to be a little bit of a filler. And then your lights are going to be just a tad bit higher. So now go ahead and pour some of your ice in. Make sure it doesn't get all over. So now that we have some of this in, we can go ahead and just keep it in. I'm going to add some more. Again, I'm just trying to do this as a filler. We're going to use a lot of ice. Be careful not to burn yourself. This Gorilla Glue, it has like 2 different temperatures and it's super hot. Okay, so now that we have this like this, just a little small layer at the bottom, we're going to go ahead and take the lights. We're just going to kind of figure out like how we want to put the lights on. So again, I'm using this part is the front of it. I want to have the base, this part, I'm just going to hide this to the back. And then we are going to put a little bit of hot glue in different spots. And then just do the best you can to lay the wiring on here. Now try not to burn yourself. I have done that so many times. It's so annoying. They actually have a plastic holder, which I should use. And I forgot who it's by. You can find it at a craft store. You can just use it so that way you don't burn yourself. Now you can go around through this whole thing. It's going to be a pain. Do as much as you want, as little as you want. It's your ice carving. Do however you want. And people need to realize too that any little display that you make, it's art. So it doesn't have to look perfect. If somebody likes it and you know, that's great. And this is for you. So it's not like your dolls can actually talk and say, hey, I hate this. But you might not like it. But anyways, it's art. Just like everybody has a different hand style or handwriting style. Everyone's art is different. So now that I have a whole bunch in here, try to get your glue on here so we can get this to sit. Now, you can use your base as basically anything that's going to be able to fit this in here. You can use a plastic base with a soap dish. So there's plenty of like soap dish options with a plastic base. Anything that you have on hand if you want to use, if you want it smaller, bigger. Now that I have this and I'm kind of pushing these in, we're going to start adding additional ice to it. So this one actually has the option that we can change the batteries. So I want to make sure that when I'm able to change it and not glue everything down. So I'm going to put a dab of glue to the back of this. You can also add the wire and put it to the bottom if you'd like. So let's add a little glue here. And again, this is just the quick and easy way of doing an ice carving if you just want to have it for home and you're not doing it for sale, or even for sale if you want. This is going to be super cute. Okay, so we're going to hold that on. Now I know I have a little bit more light on that side, but so far we have our little ice carving. Again, you can add another one too if you want. I had the blue white lights that I opted for, so I'm just gonna stick with one light on here. All right, so now we have to add more ice. I think we're pretty good. So I'm just gonna do a whole nother part of Gorilla Glue. Then I'm going to add something that's probably a little bit of a pain to use, which is the E6000. I like the E6000. They also have E7000, which is a little bit more runnier, and you can get both of those on Amazon as well. Oh, I need a little more glue. So we're just going to build this up because we want to hide all this stuff. Now, you're probably wondering why I like the E6000. When it dries, it kind of has that watery effect to it. It kind of makes everything look like it's just has some water on it and it has melted. So now we're going to fill it in. Now, you're probably going to use an awful lot. I'm going to check this. There we go. If you don't want to use, I mean, again, it's all art. So it really doesn't matter how you make it as long as you like it. If you don't want to use like all the ice, you don't have to. The other option is to put the lights on the outside of the little container, whatever you're using. Now, if you add too much, you might not be able to see the lights. We're just going to test this out. Oh my gosh, this is super cute. Again, this is the back, this is the front. Love it. Now, I don't have too much. I might just go ahead and keep this like this. I am going to add a little bit of my E6000. Whoops. And then I'm just going to mix it around a little bit. Always use this with like some ventilation because it smells. Now you want to let that all dry, go around through the whole thing. If you want to add more ice to here, you can do that with your little, so the ice will match. So now, the back part here, we have to okay, so now that we have this, so now if you have anything for like food wise, say you have some cute water that you want to add to it, you can add some water. Or if you have some caviar, which would be really cute, you can add anything that you want to it to make sure it's your display. So whatever food you have at home and you want to go ahead and decorate it with. You can make whatever you want. Now, that's one way of doing the ice carving. That's a quick and easy and a cheap way of doing something like this. It costs a little under $45, I believe, that you can price everything out. When I do my ice carvings, I actually make the ice carving out of a resin, and then I attach it to a glass, and I add all the rest of my items that I want for the ice carving. So both of these will be available on the website shortly. So if you want to purchase them or you want to make them yourself, if you do make it yourself, please send me a picture or post it on the bottom so we can see. Let me know if you have anything else. Thanks for watching.